Okay, so we're going to move into a little bit more of a strength round now. And we are going to sort of count the reps instead of a timer. You could put a timer, I suppose, but for now we're going to just count our reps. So we're going to do 21 reps. So coming down onto the ground and extending everything out, arms and legs. Okay, you're going to lift your head and your legs simultaneously at the same time. Okay, so I'll actually start with my arms over, like reaching towards the ceiling. I'm going to nod my chin towards my chest and then reach through my legs as I lift and then lower down. Hands just can come back to the ceiling. So flexing up and lowering down and reach. Now, if you don't feel like you've got that strength in your abdominals to reach both legs up at the same time, then just have your feet flat on the floor and lift and lower. So start in this range so that it lessens that lever. I'll take it to the legs again. Let's go for another 5. Kind of lost count actually. So hopefully you're counting your reps. Last one here. Felt like 21. All right, now from there, we're going to go into a swinging tabletop. So just again, feet flat on the floor, hands, I think wherever it's comfortable for your shoulders. I have mine facing towards my hips. From here, you're going to swing up, lifting those hips towards the ceiling. And then if you can, extend the legs, keep the hips hovering as you reach through. So swing up and swing through, extending those knees, bringing the toes up towards the ceiling as you extend. This builds a lot of heat in the shoulders. Great mobility for the hips and also strength into the glutes. All right, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, bringing the hips down. So that gets a little bit wristy. You want to have a few little wrist circles each way. Perhaps bend your wrist the other way. You could pop your hands in prayer, do a bit of pressing either side. And another one for the wrist is to join the knuckles together, create that fist, and then pull down onto the elbows. As soon as you see that crack through the knuckles, lift the elbows back up again. So pulling down, creating that resistance, and lifting up. And that'll just give you a bit of release into those wrists, because then we're moving on to a Hindu push-up. So from there, you'll come into like your down dog position. So reaching those hips up, and then from there. So I'll show you the full variation and then give you a modification. Bending the elbows, you're sort of lowering the head towards the floor, scooping up into your cobra or back extension, and then lift the hips, reach back through the heels. For a modification, you could bend the knees and do it from here. And then hips, scoop, reach back. I'm going to come back into the full variation for the final 10. Again, builds loads of heat and strength through those shoulders and a nice little mobility through that spine, lifting up, push back, get you pretty warm quickly. And one more. Okay, moving on. From here, we're going to go into a Hindu squat. So, with a Hindu squat, we're going to squat down. As you squat down, those heels are going to lift. So you can reach the fingertips out if you like. I lift up onto my heels, off my heels, and then lift back up, lower the heels down. Lower down, lift the heels, push down into my balls of my feet, lower the heels down. Lift, push back up, lower. Down, lift, push back up, lower. So it's quite a nice flowing kind of squat. Whoop. Bit of a balance challenge. Trying to keep my chest as lifted as I possibly can. It's nice to reach the arms. That kind of mimics that as if you were about to launch yourself out or to a jump. It's that similar pattern. Okay, last one here. Down, lift, rise back up. We're going to go into some single leg now. So we're going to go to a track starter. So stepping back, right leg, step back, step forward, step back, step forward. Staying on the same leg for the whole 21 reps. Trying to count my reps. I'm not talking. 19, 20, and 21. Straight to the other side and step back, forward, step back, forward. So you'll get that glute firing up on that standing leg. Use your arms, pump. Last two. And last one. All right. And then the last exercise we're going to do, I have brought a band and I've just hooked it up in my door frame, in my window frame, is a row. So options, if you had a TRX, that would be brilliant. I would actually prefer that. So it's a little bit more body weight involved to do a TRX row. And you could kind of play around with any variation, but we're just going to go standard narrow row today. You could also, if you had a bar available to do a pull-up, would also be a good option as well. But we're going to start with a banded row because it's quite accessible for most people. So just standing with that hip distance apart, a little bit of weight through those heels and soft knee bend. And then we're just going to pull and think of wrapping those elbows nice and close around the rib cage, as if you were kind of giving yourself a hug here. I like to really pull back, squeeze, even a little pause here at the back for a little second, and resist the band to come back in. Okay, so that controlling that tension. Lost count again. So we're going to do another 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So that took about probably 10 minutes as well. So you could totally piece those two workouts together. The reset followed by the strength.